Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. There's something almost sacred about the way Hope Valley welcomes us back year after year, as if time stands still just long enough for us to remember who we are. And now, as the gentle hum of filming lights flicker to life, the soft footsteps of familiar boots press against the dirt roads once again. Season 13 of When Calls the Heart has officially begun its journey, and with it, a new chapter unlike any we've seen before. The cameras may have started rolling in the early days of July, but the emotional heartbeat of this season began long before that. It started with a boy's health crisis, a mother's desperate courage, and a Mountie's promise to stand by the ones he loves. As filming picks up pace, fans around the world are holding their breath, wondering, will Elizabeth and Nathan finally find peace and permanence, or is this just the calm before another storm? In the wake of Season 12's emotional finale, the Thornton household was shaken, not just by little Jack's sudden diabetes diagnosis, but by the decisions that followed. Elizabeth's choice to take her son to Cape Fullerton for insulin access turned a quiet family life into one of high stakes transition. Yet it wasn't a departure from love, it was an evolution. Season 13 now in active production. It's poised to explore the emotional and physical landscapes of this split between two towns and one deep, unwavering connection. As cast members return to the cherished streets of Hope Valley, the energy is palpable. Aaron Krakow, ever graceful and grounded, has quietly shared behind-the-scenes glimpses of the town rebuilt for another season, stirring a blend of nostalgia and anticipation among Hearties. She walks again in Elizabeth's shoes, this time more mature, more resilient, and more ready than ever to fight for the future her family deserves. Beside her stands Kevin McGarry's Nathan Grant, not merely a Mountie anymore, but a man fully committed to his role as protector, partner, and father figure. Their bond, once fragile and laced with uncertainty, now pulses with new strength. For the first time, Elizabeth and Nathan are not merely dancing around each other's feelings. They are walking the same path, side by side. Their shared concerns, for little Jack, knitting them closer than ever. But Season 13 will not be all sweetness and serenity. This new chapter introduces unfamiliar territory both literally and figuratively. The looming presence of Cape Fullerton casts a shadow over Hope Valley's sun-drenched charm. It represents opportunity and risk, science and separation. With Elizabeth splitting time between towns, tensions will rise, not just within her family, but within the community. Rumors of new characters in Cape Fullerton swirl. A young doctor intrigued by Elizabeth's strength, and a nurse with ties to Nathan's past. These potential additions threaten to test loyalties and open old wounds. Meanwhile, Kaylee, now maturing into a young woman with thoughts and feelings all her own, will step into the spotlight more than ever before. Her budding relationship with Oliver, her questions about her mother, and her fierce love for her new family unit will shape her arc this season. Expect heartfelt letters, unexpected tears, and teenage courage as she navigates the fragile road between childhood and adulthood in a world still rooted in tradition. Back in Hope Valley, life doesn't pause. Rosemary and Lee Coulter, ever the town's emotional pillars, are grappling with their own seismic shifts. Their baby, once just a dream, now begins to show signs of a future filled with both laughter and sleepless nights. Lee's business ventures may take him in new directions, while Rosemary's journalistic fire refuses to dim. Her pen will uncover a town secret this season, one that could divide neighbors and test the unity of a place that prides itself on togetherness. Minnie Canfield and her family are also primed for deeper exploration. Minnie's strength, resilience, and unwavering moral compass will come to the forefront as she becomes a community leader in Elizabeth's partial absence. A new family moving into town, one with a complicated past, will push Minnie into the center of Hope Valley's conscience, forcing her to confront her own sense of justice and forgiveness. And then there's Bill Avery, the town's ever-watchful eye. His health has been a quiet concern mentioned only in passing last season. But whispers suggest that his storyline will take a more prominent and vulnerable turn this year. Faced with questions about his legacy, Bill may have to decide whether to remain the town's silent protector or finally open his heart to something more lasting. A widowed newcomer with legal training may just be the person to shake his defenses. But what if Lucas Bouchard? Though absent in the season 12 finale, his shadow still stretches over Hope Valley. And fans haven't forgotten his complex history with Elizabeth. While there is no confirmation of a return, Season 13's writers know the weight his character carries. Whether through letters, memories, or a dramatic reappearance, Lucas will not be forgotten, and his influence may return. In surprising ways, production-wise, the set has reportedly undergone subtle but significant changes. The schoolhouse has been repainted, symbolizing a new beginning. Abigail's calf now boasts new decor, hinting at a possible revival of her presence, or at least her influence. Could Abigail Stanton finally return? The actress has expressed interest in the past, and with the show's themes leaning into healing and reconciliation. Fans are hoping this is the season we finally see a long-overdue reunion, one of the season's most anticipated. Storylines involves little Jack's medical journey. His diabetes, though modern by today's standards, becomes a powerful metaphor in this historical setting. A reminder that even in a town built on love, progress and access are not always guaranteed. Watching Elizabeth advocate for her son in a system that barely understands his needs will be both inspiring and heartbreaking. Nathan's role in this storyline will be pivotal, not just as emotional support, but as someone who begins to question his place as a Mountie. When family responsibilities demand more than duty allows, the writers have reportedly planned a series of mid-season cliffhangers, with Episode 7 marking a turning point in Elizabeth and Nathan's relationship. Whether this brings a proposal, a separation, or a new challenge remains tightly under wraps. But early whispers from the set suggest it's one of the most emotionally charged episodes the show has ever filmed. Season 13 also leans heavily into the theme of community rebuilding. An unexpected natural disaster, possibly a fire or flood, may strike Hope Valley mid-season, forcing characters to reassess their roles and values. In this shared crisis, old rivalries may be buried and new alliances formed. It's in these moments that when calls the heart shines brightest, when love and sacrifice are tested not in solitude, but in unity. Expect the music to soar this season, with a newly composed score tied to Allie's story and fresh vocal performances. During Hope Valley's Spring Festival, Yada Lily Miller is said to have recorded a song for an upcoming episode, which could become one of the show's most memorable musical moments. As always, fashion will subtly mark transitions in character arcs. Elizabeth's wardrobe now includes more practical travel wear, symbolizing her new life split between towns. Nathan's uniform may be swapped for civilian clothes more often, especially as he begins to question whether his true post is still in Red Surge or at home with the people he loves. Behind the scenes, the creative team is operating with full confidence. Hallmark's renewal for Season 13 wasn't just a ratings-based decision. It was a vote of faith in a world that continues to offer audiences hope, grace, and emotional healing. With the same showrunner at the helm and a cast more bonded than ever, this season promises not just nostalgia, but evolution as August unfolds. Cast members will be sharing more teases, and fan events are rumored to be in the works for early 2026. A virtual town hall with the cast may drop in late fall, offering sneak peeks and Q&A. Moments that deepen the connection between the Hearties and their favorite characters. Hope Valley may be fictional, but what it represents, community, compassion, and second chances, is more real than ever. As Season 13 draws closer to completion, one thing is certain: this won't just be a continuation. It will be a transformation. So brace yourselves for a season that challenges traditions, deepens love stories and opens doors to new horizons. In the words of Elizabeth Thornton herself, "We don't always get to choose the paths we walk, but we can choose the hearts we walk with."